Hello, the game has started. It's my opponent to go first. I have a very vowel-heavy rack. Opponent changes. Should I also change? Probably not. I'm just wondering about pavé with 2 E's. I don't think that's good. It's not, it's pavé plus a D, which is good. So my choice is between pave and changing. Pave keeps 3 vowels, albeit different ones, including an E. And 18 points, probably just about worth doing, but very vulnerable. Pave for 18. Now, vape also good. And I think I prefer vape. It's more restrictive of plays in rows G and I. And I draw the Q with the U, which is good. And through an R, I may have Hua Quero. I would need to check that. And no R on the board at the moment. I have opaque through the P. Vape takes D, R and S, so column 11 quite hot. Pave would have taken the same, plus an N. The V pretty much forcing my opponent to play on the right-hand side of the board. I think it might be Hua Quera rather than Quero, I'm not sure. And in any event, I don't have that because I've only got one U. Great. ET takes an H and I've got one. I'm not too bothered about retaining the Q with the U because that's a good pair of tiles to have. However, I can play Qua, which is quite nice because I would be retaining the A for aqua and the H for eth. However, I think I'm inclined to play the A straight away and the E, just to sort out the vowels and consonants, and increase the score, 45 points. Can I do better? I don't think so. Shooty is good, so I have that and peas. And the front A of aqua, quite attractive to my opponent. And Tushi, I believe, is the anagram of shooty. And shooty plays in column 11 as well as row K, so, well, clearly both of those could be blocked. Just wondering if either of my bingos plays in row K, and they nearly do. It's just the U which hampers. Tushi takes an R at the end and shooty takes an S. Either spot for shooty opens up the possibilities of a triple-triple. And I quite liked playing the A and the E last turn. It's can be superficially attractive to retain a vowel-heavy rack because it's not difficult to imagine a consonant draw giving you a bingo. But over time you'll get all possible draws and you'll get a preponderance of vowel-heavy non-bingo draws. So that's why one aims to not retain or not to have a vowel-heavy rack leave, which is what Aqui achieved. Opponent taking a while with this move, just 16 minutes on his clock. Wet takes an A, so column 11 still available as a double-double. Wet taking an A and an S. I don't have anything through the A of Acqui or onto ET that I can see. Opponent could well have the first blank given the time that he's spent. Maybe he is trying to find a double-double. And there's another double-double lane in column 5. I lead by 40 odd points, so if we exchange bingos I should still be ahead, even if opponent double-doubles. And he doesn't. Now I have quite a nice play because I have Tushi across here. Now I'm preferring that to the other plays because it doesn't open up a triple-triple. However, it does stick this E underneath a double letter square, and it's possible Tushi takes an S in front. Yes, so that has demerits. Now the other spot that is available is down here, and I think Shooty's got to be better here because it doesn't have a front hook. 74 points. Well, I'm just wondering about playing Tushi in row M. It is generating 2 hotspots, so I get first shot at one of them. Let me consider the score for this. 83 points. I think that extra score tips the balance in its favour. Wow, look at that. Doesn't happen very often. Drawing both blanks. But do I have a bingo with this rack? Certainly nice to see. And if I have a bingo with one blank as an S, that could well play in column 1. Jerry Pygo is good, which would work through quite a few floaters, none of which are currently available. I don't have anything in column 8 with the J above this E without burning one of the blanks. Maybe worth doing. Just wondering what the best way of approaching this is. It's always quite tricky to know what to do with 2 blanks. With 1 blank it's quite easy. You can go through the alphabet. Can't do that with 2 and consider every possibility because there would be over 500. I note that my R can go after vape, so column 11 is certainly available. I think the thing to do is to consider just one of the blanks and see if anything comes to mind, and I'm looking for 7s. And certainly nothing came to mind leading up to this point. I don't think Joggier is good. Still not seeing anything. Possibly Jogglier is good. Majoring would be good. That's also majoring. Still not seeing anything. So this is 1 blank as an S. Is there really nothing here? Not that I can see. Close to Jog Trot. No, so this is quite a tricky situation. Okay, opponent takes out that hotspot. I don't have to consider burning the blank for a non-bingo in that spot. Opponent has provided 2 more floaters, the E doesn't work for Jerry Pygo. So I'm not seeing anything fantastic. And I can't see anywhere really obvious to dump my J. I could play Jog and Jet, getting rid of all my non-bingo-y tiles. Doesn't score very much. Can I do better? So I've got ING. Not seeing anything. I'm really considering the floating T, O, E and R. I have Goji as well as Jog. Jog's quite nice because it only takes an S, whereas Vape took quite a few tiles. So I think I'm inclined to go with this. Surely with this rack cleave, I am going to have a bingo with one of the blanks as an S next turn. And I do. I have Inliers, Resilient also good, which would play in column 13, so I'm certainly bingoing next turn. Any double lanes available? Well, column 11, look at that, through the O. An ODA play. Doesn't look promising with this rack. So, if Inliers is blocked, that will be the Stooshy play in column 1. Do I have a play beginning with R? Not that I can see. My Resilient play doesn't even get doubled, but it does benefit from the tiles in Jog. I also have Wrigglings in column 12. Fantastic, just 15 points for my opponent. And I get Inliers down. This eye not massively dangerous, just really the F that can go next to it. $78 points. I was just pausing in case I should spend time trying to find a play which doesn't place a vowel next to a premium square. I decided not to do that. I've got a big lead. Although really that shouldn't be the reason at all, and I certainly did have the time. Anyway, what's done is done, and this is quite a nice rack. Balanced, scoring tiles. I have the LY and ILY ending, but no bingo comes to mind. Now my M rather can go underneath the H, but I can't see a way of getting that to play twice. 48 tiles to come, or 48 tiles in the bag rather, so quite a bit of action still to come. An opponent yet to bingo, and has played off and made a couple of cagey plays, which suggests he may be nurturing a good rack cleave and just drawing poorly. Certainly plenty of bingo lanes on this board. Columns 2 and 4 are available, and column 13, plus row O, and other lanes, which are slightly more restrictive in terms of how a bingo could play. So, how to sort this rack out? Can't see anything across from the G. In any event, it wouldn't score massively well. I could play Elmi and AE, and that would be good because it would hamper both the E and the R as floaters. I have Emery, which would score well into the bargain and have a better vowel consonant balance. Still 5 E's to come, so not terrible, burning both of the ones I have. $10 minutes on opponent's clock, 15 on mine. 30 points from Emery, And certainly with a lead like this, it's very helpful to keep scoring 30 points a turn. It means the number of bingos one's opponent needs to catch you increases. So at the moment my lead is about 160 points. Still 3 S's to come, and column 13 available as a 7-letter lane ending in S, and that would be just the sort of volatility my opponent would like, because a triple would definitely bring him right back into the game. He certainly is spending a while with his moves in this game, and I've played him a number of times before and don't recall him as being a slow player. Maybe he's just having tricky racks. Should definitely have spent a little longer with the in-liers play, because if I'd played a bingo beginning with C or V, that would have taken out column 2 as a bingo lane, or massively restricted it. So at the moment I'm contemplating playing Emery, retaining an I with 5 I's to come. So there may be a better play available. Arga takes an R after it, which I have. 3 R's to come. Okay, so item for 25. Do either of these floaters give me a bingo? Any of these floaters, rather. I don't think so. My Emery spot remains available. The I pool has diminished by 1. So Emery for 30. Pretty good. Could have a bingo here. I do. I have Deliest in column 13 and Jogs. That's pretty good. Deli's not good. I think it's just Deli, Delia and Deliest. Do I have a second bingo? And that's quite protected in the sense that it's not an obvious place to play, and there are available 7-letter lanes elsewhere. I know the opponent played off 4 tiles, so he wasn't keeping a powerhouse. You can't really have a 3-letter powerhouse rack leave. The concept of a powerhouse rack leave really starts with 4 letters leaves, something like AERS. So, do I have a second bingo? And Delius does stick a D in the middle of row A, but I'm not bothered by that. The opponent will triple quite infrequently, and even were he to, he probably wouldn't go into the lead by much, if at all. So, have I really not got a bingo playable elsewhere? Fantastic, I don't need to worry about that, although I should, because there will be times when opponent triples. So what about the M? Nope, not seeing anything there. And I'm not sure there's anything else to consider because I can't see a 7 with this rack. So Deliest for 83. Well, not bad. I have the Z, and I do have a vowel, which makes the rack massively more tractable than one with none. I have Ritzy on my rack. Nowhere for that. My opponent's now got in the agonising position of whether to leave open this triple or whether to take advantage of it. I'm not sure I can really play in column A. What about a play in row B? Getting the Z tripled. Can't see a play. In fact, I've seen nowhere at all for my Z. What about this triple letter square, Z something R? Not seeing anything there. Can't see anything beginning with the Y. Well, if my R was another letter, I would have 7 of the tiles necessary to make zygocacti. Not a word I've ever played. But on my bucket list. Grizz is good. So I do have Grizz in row E, retaining my vowel. That does take an E. 2 E's to come. Okay, that's good. Opponent pretty much takes out the triple threat. A only takes an R in front. Do I have a Z play in column 15 or even a non-Z play? Not sure I do. Grizz has been blocked. Li takes nothing in front. So I'm short on options. And I can't see a way of getting the Z on this triple letter square in column 2. So, what to do? I have 13 minutes, which is a ton of time. 26 tiles in the bag. So I can't get the Z tripled in row N. What about just playing the Z in that spot? Well, I have Grizz, but I just don't like the rack leave. So is there some spot I'm missing? What about row O? Not seeing anything there. And I don't have to play the Z off. It's just an obvious tile to consider. Can't see anything at all in row A. Well, except dry. Maybe that's worth doing. 25 points, keeping the Z. I'm sure that's not optimal. Can't see anything in column 15. What about a play through this E? I haven't really considered that. No, well, I've got res, I've got yes, maybe that's the play. For 30 points, decent score. Yeah, I think I'm going with this. Okay, well, I draw a U, so I do have one more vowel. Wow! Nice bingo by my opponent, 83 points. Finally, he gets into action. So my C can go in front of the H. I don't think chuffed is good. Feet shoe doesn't fit. I don't have anything in column 1. Overall, this is a pretty grim looking rack. Well, I can play chug, which sorts it out quite nicely. 36 points, decent score, decent rack leave. I'm going with this. Not great, but I've still got a 190 point lead, 14 tiles in the bag. And I'd have an E, so that opens up possibilities in column 15. What do I have which goes after LA? Well, R and T. So I have Brer. I have fibre on my rack. That would be 30 points in column 15. I have Barefit through the A of husband, but that's not a bingo. Yes takes an O in front, and there's quite a few O's to come, but that's not going to be a massive score, possibly 30 to 40 at best. There is no way back for my opponent in this game. He's too far behind. I think fibered is good. Yep. 39 points. That would help to expedite the end of the game. Wouldn't mind having an O myself for oh yes. I've got bird, but fret bird I don't think is good. Opponent down to just 3 minutes on his clock. Okay, 42 points, 11 tiles left, and fibered for 39. Wow, I wasn't expecting such a decent rack leave. I have Tausia and Auriest and Stowry and one other. So I have Stowry and Chugs in column 5. And I have Moisture in column 15, so I'm definitely bingoing. 6 tiles left. This has been quite a kind game for me. So Moisture, 83, Stowry, 75. So Moisture scores more. And do I have a play in column 15 ending in M? Well, I think the anagram of Moisture is misroot. Not sure there's anything else. Two minutes on opponent's clock and 10 on mine, which is a lot of time. That means I can't have had many problematic racks, if any. Moisture 83, and even my final 3 tiles are pretty good. Opponent's not going to go out with his remaining tiles, which you can see at the bottom. So, where do I have for NOR? I have Born in column 10. And Born in row D. So that's 12. 12 to beat. Nor doesn't have any anagrams. I have Nori for 8. Can't see anything involving the Z or the X. Wow, nice score for my opponent, 37 points. So Born for 12. Is there anywhere better? Nope, can't see anywhere. And the final score, 337 to my opponent, 574 to me, a winning margin of 237 points, so a huge, huge win. Let's see what I missed. It was my opponent to go first. Horrible rack, he changes. And interesting, Eve would have retained 1 vowel and 2 consonants. I played Pave for 4 more points, keeping 3 vowels. And is AOP 3 points better than EOP? Probably yes, so maybe Eve would have been better. Opponent's rack plays Wet, and now I have Acqui for 45, which looks fine. Opponent plays Lack, and now I saw Tushi and Shooty. I didn't see Hookiest for 82, which I may have played because that has almost none of the problems which I identified with the other moves. But I played Tushi for 1 more point. Opponent plays Veer. Now, 2 blanks. Is there a bingo? No, there isn't. But I could have burnt one of them, L1, with Jinko. Wow, that's tricky to see, but 64 points. And still retaining a blank. probably best. So what did I do? I did jog for 21, 44 fewer points. Well, that second blank is not worth anything like that, so Jinko probably a lot better. Wow, opponent close to a bingo, but doesn't have one, plays Arga. And I have inliers in column 1, no higher score available. I did criticise myself for not spending longer looking for a better play, but probably just Rivlin's avoids a vowel next to a premium square, but that's about it. Opponent plays item. Now, this was my rack. No bingo, and I play Emery for 30. And I could have had Limey in the same spot, keeping ER for the same score, and ER, definitely a better rack leave than IL, possibly 4 or 5 points better. Opponent's rack plays Own, and now I have Delius, but look at this, Delis is good, and that played at A2, so Deli is clearly a noun as well as an adjective. Wow, opponent has a bingo Shamiana E15. Where's that? Through the M. Gosh, very tricky one to see with 3 A's. So, I missed bingo there. He plays AIA. And this was probably the rack I struggled with the most. Really wasn't happy with my final play of Yes. Grizz, K10. Ah, Grizz and Gay. Yep, keeping CTY. I'd have probably done that and then Yes for 30 points. So is CGIRT 8 points better than CTY? No. And the rack leaves may be similar, or CGIRT might be slightly better, but I don't think it's 8 points better. So I play Yes, and look at this rack. Great spot by my opponent. Common word, but tricky to see. Husband for 83. And now I have Chug for 36. Opponent plays Knox, and at this point I'm 150 ahead, and there are 11 tiles in the bag. I play Fibered for the score and to turn over tiles to expedite the end of the game. Opponent plays Opt, and suddenly, and quite unexpectedly, having turned over 5 tiles, I have a bingo-y rack, Misroot and Moisture available, and alternative lower scoring bingos. Opponent's final rack plays Diker, which was a great spot, and Born for 12 was the best there was. So, what a game! Yet again, my opponent started the game, which sort of sets in motion an expectation that maybe it's going to be another doer struggle or another fight back, and that just wasn't the case with this game. I didn't get off to a fantastic start. It took me a while to get my first bingo down, but when I did, well, I was going to say I kept on bingoing, but I'm not seeing a massive number of bingos on the board. I think I just played the 3, but I guess I must have played quite a lot of moves because I ended up with over 570 points, which is a pretty high score. I think my average score in a tournament is probably around the 450 mark. Anyway, cracking game, and always good to win by a huge margin. So I hope you enjoyed watching that game, and I will see you next time.